You know what? I am right where I started. This is where I started 20 minutes ago. And I'm exactly there. It's 19th of December, early morning. This is 7 a.m. in the morning. But this is a special day because it has been raining the whole night. And I'm taking a different route because it has flooded most of the routes. And many people who have traveled before me and who have come to work to relieve me have said there's extensive flooding everywhere and cannot predict the roads how they are at this point of time. The water on the road is getting more and more dense as we go. I think we are dipping down lower at this point. It's not the rain that's scary, it's the floods that's scary. This rain is hardly anything. So I don't know, the road has diverted me automatically somewhere. I actually don't know which part of Dubai I am in right now. Lots of water here.
In 500 meters, turn right onto Al-Falix.
A couple of stories are very interesting to be discussed. One of them is about a beautiful love story between a mother and a son. And one of them is about a myth which is carried in many places. So the first story is about a mother. She's 78-year-old, very healthy, and her son had returned from Canada. And while he returned from Canada, with great love, he brought the mother a tin food, like canned food of sardines fish. It's seafood, but it's with a lot of preservatives, just like tuna and mackerels. They need specific precautions to be preserved. Unfortunately, he was traveling all the way along in the flight and came here, and she opened the box of sardines and had it. She had some discomfort in her tummy and a lot of diarrhea. So the problem here is, when you have canned food, there are three different problems that can happen. The most important thing that you will all assume is that yes, it could be infection causing food poisoning like gastroenteritis. But in her case, that was not the issue. When we evaluated, there was no signs of any food poisoning, no infections. But there are two other things that can happen. One is called as scromboid poisoning, which is because of the excess levels of histamine that is stored in this preserved fish. Normally it is normal levels of histidine, they get released into excess amount of histamine. They cause the normal allergic reactions in all of us. So when you say you have an allergic reaction with bumps in your body, with breathing difficulty, it is that similar kind of a reaction. It may or may not show it in your skin, but it's going to show it in your colon, in your gut also. That can have cramps, that can have diarrhea. So she had scromboid poisoning. She responded very well to antihistamines. She was sent home. There is another condition associated with these canned foods which is to be taken care of, which is very, very dangerous and very hard to diagnose initially. Initially, they can miss it out also because it can mimic other serious diseases. It's called botulism. It's because of a bacteria called Clostridium botulinum. It can mimic some serious disorders like GBS. I mean, they are like neurological disorders where you go into paralysis. Your nerves get damaged and your body becomes flaccid and weak and unable to walk or speak or breathe also. So next time when we try to eat canned food, just make sure they are preserved well, or if not, don't try to eat them at all. Cook them at home. Even if you cook your food at home, make sure they are preserved well to eat it for the next meal. The next situation was, there was a man who was willing to cook at his home and he was cutting vegetables. While cutting vegetables, the knife cut his hand and he was bleeding. So to stop that bleeding, he threw some coffee powder on it, put some kerchief or some cloth on it, and he came to the hospital. The point is, can we use coffee powder? Why do they use coffee powder just when it's bleeding like that? It's a myth. They assume that coffee powder stops the bleeding because of some substances in the coffee which causes vasoconstriction like tannins. It's a myth. It does not stop like that. The bleeding itself normally controls in 8 to 10 minutes. So the best thing to do is wash thoroughly with running tap water, use a kerchief, give pressure, and come to the hospital. Using a coffee powder also raises the risk of infection and the need for antibiotics. If it's a clean wound, clean kitchen knife, there is even no need for antibiotics. But when you use coffee powder, yes, the chances of using more medications and when you try to clean the wound, the duration of the time you take to clean the wound, everything exceeds. So there's more complications of using the coffee powder than not using it, including turmeric powder also. They're all the same. Almost reached home now, so it's 12:30 a.m. So we'll go have a nice peaceful sleep tonight and see you on road the next time.